5, 4, 3, 2, 1, baby. Hey everybody, you know what this is. B.F.A.M cooking. We're back again with a recipe, and what we're doing today is a great Italian dish. You're going to love it, which reminds me of our friends at Risotto Cooking. They have a cooking school in the city. I can't wait for you guys. You should check this place out. It is great. All right. Anyway, we went to Italy with them and we did a lot of different dishes. We did not do risotto. So I'm doing my version of risotto here in my kitchen. You know what it's going to be? It's going to accomplish a nice task for a friend who commented in the comments at the bottom. What you should do if you want me to cook something special for you is go ahead and make that comment. But what we are doing is a vegetarian risotto. I can't wait for you to have this. It's going to be great. Coming right at you. Risotto. Today's recipe is risotto, and we're going to do a fantastic job with it. Because this is a vegan recipe, normally we cook risotto with some type of meat product, like either chicken stock or beef stock or one of those stocks. Today we're going to use mushroom stock. Now this is an average mushroom stock. You can get it at any store. We picked it up at our favorite local store. Or you can make it at home, really easy to make. We'll add that in another recipe sometime. But mushroom stock, you're going to keep this warm into the side. It's going to be used as a sort of in the ladling process and stirring process of mixing the risotto. What we have here is we have some parsley, we have some peas that'll be in there. We're also going to have some chopped mushrooms. We did this all earlier. Of course, we got a cup of risotto, and we have some butter, a half stick of butter. Some nice things also to have would be some wine. This happens to be a dry wine. I believe we're using what is it? Pinot Grigio. That's what we got. Some cheese. You'll need about a half cup or so. In my case, I'm probably going to use a little bit more. But anyway, I look because I love cheese. So I think an original recipe calls for a quarter cup. I'm going to use a half cup. Some marjoram. And some chopped onions or scallions or scallops or scallions or, yeah, you know what I mean. Onions, basically, light or mild. That's all that's going to go in the recipe. Start by turning on our stock pot to medium to get it going, and the stock pot's going to hold the stock, of course. In our large saucepan, which just happens to be Le Creuset, we're actually going to start our vegetables. Put it up to a high. All right, get the onions in there. Get them started sweating. Half stick of butter. Mushrooms. Little pepper. A little bit of salt. A little bit. For the onions and the mushrooms. Teaspoon of marjoram. Dried or fresh, doesn't matter. You could add thyme if you had thyme. We don't have any thyme in the house at the moment. Rice, arborio rice. Full cup of arborio rice. We're just trying to toast it. Time to add in our wine. Set the heat back to about medium-low. Start the stirring process. We're gonna let the wine evaporate. You can smell it. It smells really good. You can see it in the bottom of the pan, just doing its business. Once the wine evaporates or gets absorbed by the rice and all the good ingredients there, you're gonna start to ladle. I think we're good to start ladling. Risotto is a time-consuming dish, but it is really worth it. Start stirring. You're trying to develop a nice sauce or create a nice sauce. Time for a little more stock. So this is coming along. You could have served this with asparagus. In this case, we're going to serve it with also, besides the mushrooms as a vegetable, we're going to serve it with peas. I've seen it with peas and asparagus. For those of you who are not vegan, you can probably add some meat in there, like such as chicken, or you can add in beef, maybe some beef tenderloin sliced on top, or you can go the seafood route. You can add shrimp, you can add lobster, all those good things. My favorite thing to add to it would be scallops. You know, some nice seared scallops, which you've seen in other episodes. You can just top right on top of this risotto. I really tell you, if you have it with a little bit of beurre blanc sauce, it's spectacular. But anyway, this is just a baseline recipe that you can change and utilize any way you want. Just think of anything that you can add, like carrots or anything else, snow peas. That would be fantastic. Look at the sauce developing, looking very rich. Time for another infusion of stock. 4-minute intervals, 5 sets of them, 20 minutes. At the end, we'll test and add in what we need. If it needs to be a little bit longer, it can go for 25. But we're going to shoot for 20 right now and see where we're at. Stir, stir, stir. Reduce, reduce, reduce. This is my third. When I go for my fourth, I'm going to add the frozen peas in. And the stock. Time for the peas. Scrape down the sides. Stir, stir, stir. Test where we're at. Risotto's good. Just have to reduce a little bit more. Time for the cheese. Add in about half. You're going to reserve some for the top of each plate. You don't want to add any salt in it this time. The cheese should take it. You're going to have to retest. But you can add some pepper in here. A little bit of black pepper. Now you may or may not use all of the stock based on how much water you added to it to maintain, but it should only take a quart. Those containers, liter, I guess it is. Finish with a little butter. A couple tablespoons of butter. Butter is dissolved. It is ready. Creamy risotto. There you go. Creamy risotto. A little parsley on top for color. A little more cheese for me. So risotto, vegetarian risotto. We're trying to get into this right now. This one has a little bit of peas in it, a little bit of mushroom, some onion, a lot of cheese. I topped it with parsley. I can't wait for you to have it. Let me get into it. Creamy, cheesy, goodness. Risotto. Try it. You'll love it.